Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansu, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very disturbing show that we'd like to get into. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. As you guys know, the Lakers held their press conference 2 days ago, introducing JJ Redick as their new head coach. And with that came a plethora of questions, surrounding quite frankly, his qualifications to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And if you know anything about JJ Redick, he can be somewhat of a snob at times, the way he responds. He even used some profane language when he was responding to the critics out there, talking about, what are you out here to also try to prove some of your critics wrong? And he spoke in a way that turned off a lot of Laker fans who produced the show about this. But now that JJ Redick has now gotten the job to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, it comes with a lot of scrutiny, right? And a lot of people are digging up his past. And we're going to get to this in another video, depending on the order in which you're seeing these shows today. But there was something that we found today, our team unearthed today, Mitch, he sent to me. Now, in one of the shows that we're discussing, we're going to be talking about an alleged racial slur that he used against a black student back, I think when he was in college. But in this particular one, it was centered around a racial slur that he used that was targeted towards Chinese NBA fans. And it was an audio, to be quite honest with you, that was very hard to track down. So what happened was the following. The NBA put together like a compilation video of NBA players wishing Chinese fans, I think in China, a Merry Christmas. And they had various players, I think Whiteside spoke, Donovan Mitchell, he spoke as well. And then it came time for JJ Redick to also wish these Chinese fans, and he apparently used a slur, right? And this video was actually being reviewed by an Asian guy, and he was totally off put by what JJ Redick said, so he had to pause it and listen to it over and over and over again. So what we want to do is we're going to play this audio for you guys. We want you guys to listen to it carefully. We're going to put the subtitles there for you guys to read it, and then we're going to come back and really get into this thing. Take a listen to that there.
Ni hao, happy Chinese New Year.
Happy New Year to China.
Sing Young Carlo.
Happy New Year.
Happy Year to dogs, definitely.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Happy Chinese New Year. I'm Daddy.
Happy Chinese New Year to all my fans in China. Waini.
Ni hao, Xing Ling Kai Lu.
Happy Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year.
Happy New Year.
Gong Hei Fat Choi to all my Chinese fans.
Happy Chinese New Year to all the fans in China.
Yeah, Happy New Year to all my Chinese fans out there, and I'm looking forward to getting to China.
I want to wish you all a Happy New Year.
Twin here. Try Lu.
Happy New Year's.
Xin Chuan, Kuai Le.
Xiyin Kuai Le.
Happy Chinese New Year to everybody in China.
Jayo.
China, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and go Jazz. I just wanted to wish all of the NBA fans in China a very happy Chinese New Year. I just wanted to wish all of the NBA fans in China a very happy Chinese New Year.
What?
All of the NBA fans in China a very happy. All of the NBA fans in China. I wish all of the NBA fans in China. The NBA fans in China. The fans in China. All of the NBA fans in China.
What?
So you heard what JJ Redick had to say. And when when we were looking at this audio, we're kind of going back and forth in our group chat. And I was like, well, it's not 100% conclusive what he had to say. So I then did a little bit of research, and it turns out this was actually a thing that JJ Redick himself had to publicly respond to. And we got this article from Tim McMahon, an ESPN staff writer. This article was published on October 5th, 2018. So the article starts off with the headline, "Fans in China use polite booing for Sixers JJ Redick. Shanghai, Chinese fans booed Philadelphia shooting guard JJ Redick every time he touched the ball during Friday's preseason game at Mercedes-Benz Arena, harboring hard feelings for a racist slur he used several months ago. However, many fans applauded Redick's marksmanship as he scored 28 points on 10 out of 10 shooting in the Sixers' 120-114 win over the Dallas Mavericks. It was the most polite booing I had ever received in my life, Redick said. I mean, they booed and they cheered. It was like, we're mad at you, but we appreciate the way you're shooting the basketball. Redick was one of several NBA players to record a video wishing fans a happy Chinese New Year in February for Tencent, a Chinese media company and partner of ESPN. Redick stumbled over his words in the video, and it sounded like he used an offensive term in reference to Chinese people. Redick apologized in February, explaining that he was tongue-tied, and reiterated his remorse Friday, praising China's culture and energy. He said he expected to be booed and that Chinese fans are entitled to do so. The whole thing, it was a very unfortunate situation, Redick said. I'm just deeply, deeply remorseful for offending so many people. Redick, who is coming off of the bench to make room for Markelle Fultz in the 76ers starting lineup, said the booing did not provide him any additional motivation. He was simply in a spectacular shooting rhythm, his lone miss not counting because he intentionally launched a half-court heave after the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. I did take an extra dribble on purpose, even though it was a preseason game, but because I wanted to go 10 of 10 for the night, said Redick, who was 7 of 7 from the three-point line. This is very interesting to me. The reason that this is very interesting to me is because I was totally unaware of this. Totally unaware of this. I don't want to come to any conclusions about JJ Redick because I don't know him. However, this isn't a good look. It's not a good look. Because now we're seeing multiple incidents. Remember, there's a racial slur that he allegedly said against a black young lady that we're going to get to a little bit later. But now you have a situation where you have multiple occurrences taking place here. And that's not a good thing if you're a JJ Redick. It is certainly not a good thing. I pray for JJ Redick's sake that this thing doesn't grow legs. Because if it does, I'm telling you here right now, it is going to be a disaster of epic. It's going to be a disastrous situation, not just for JJ Redick, but for the Lakers as well. Why? Because the Lakers just hired another coach. Can you imagine what the blowback will be if we find out that these things were actually true and the Lakers just hired their 5th head coach in the last, 7 years? Or you're now going to be looking at it's 8 years or whatever it is, and you're now going to be looking at a situation where there may be pressure to have him removed from that. I just hope that this story doesn't grow any legs for his sake. Because, at first when I heard the audio, I was like, well, it wasn't very conclusive to me. It wasn't conclusive. But then when I stumbled upon the ESPN report, then it made me say, okay, well, why would I apologize for something I never said? That's the way I'm viewing it. Why would one apologize for something they never did? So to me, man, this is very, very disturbing. The Asian gentleman that was reviewing what JJ Redick had to say seemed to be very, very offended. And we just thought that this was some this was some breaking information that we thought we'd share with the audience. So what I want to know from you guys is the following. Do you think JJ Redick actually used a racial slur against Asians? That's the first thing. And the second thing, if it turns out to be true, that these things that are alleged against him are true, how do you think the NBA and the Lakers should handle this situation? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.